Did you ever wonder how we ended up with the typical business structure and what's wrong with it?
Now, there are masses of things, let's call them events, happening out there in the world of business. Initially, every business, based on its mission, simply selects a set of customer events that it wishes to respond to from the outside world. Now, here's an example of a person thinking, I need to fly to, which makes him contact an airline, or I need some cash, which makes him go to his bank or ATM, or a time event, it's tax time, which makes him send his tax documentation to the government, or I need to buy, which makes him contact a business to purchase the product. These are all external events to the organizations that are going to respond to them. Now, when a business is in its startup stage, it can usually take care of all the tasks needed to respond to a customer quite efficiently. Unfortunately, as a business grows, it sets up outdated, disjoint, let me call them structures, that lead to inefficiencies in satisfying its customers. These structures show up as human and computer systems in the real world. We can see these structures if we focus on this last need to buy event. For example, a request may go through a whole bunch of people's tasks, departments, and divisions, along with the storing and retrieval of the customer's requests in their files. And it may go through a whole bunch of computer systems and programs and their files, etc., before it comes out of the business as a response. Now, these outdated, disjoint structures turn out to be significant obstacles to efficiency the larger a business grows. The more outdated, disjoint human and computer systems that are put in place, the longer it takes to produce a response to the customer. As an organization grows, it can fall into the trap of believing these industrial age outdated structures, for example, large departments and large systems, are actually necessary. In some organizations, it's even quite common to see requests from separate customers bundled together into group files. And these are then sent through the outdated human and computer systems. These files are typically implemented with such things as in-baskets in human systems or transaction message queues in computer systems. The files tend to be held until each system kicks in, which could be hours or days. This is the second biggest obstacle to efficiency, as any continuous flow of information stops when it's put into a file. Now, on top of this problem of bundled files is the amount of unnecessary re-editing and rechecking of an order as it passes through different departments and computer systems. The end result is the customer response is measured in business days or even weeks in some cases. These separate systems are a leftover aspect from the industrial age. This example shows why customers wonder what's taking so long to get their order processed in some large organizations. Today we have a computer-literate customer base, and they're less likely to accept slow response excuses. Now, you could ask, how did well-intentioned, growing organizations get into this situation? Well, if you're interested in some history, I saw how this hysterical situation occurred in my information systems professional career. Let's take one typical business area that was thought to be functional. Here's somebody in the accounting department. He got his job because he has an accounting degree and has years of experience in the field. Now he's overloaded with work. So a manager of the old data processing department in the 70s says, we can automate this and help you do your job with a computer system. We'll batch up all transactions each day and create a big batch computer system and run it in the middle of the night. So now I guess the batch computer system knows accounting logic, and has accounting experience, just as the accountant did. No, obviously that's not right. Any computer program can do accounting logic, and the longer a computer system runs doesn't mean it gets more experience. Oh well. The 80s arrive, and online technology gets cheaper, so the computer department says, we should put this online with an integrated network of terminals. But we don't have a big budget, so we'll just do a line-for-line conversion of the existing big batch programs to online programs. Oh dear. The 90s arrived with a chance to bring in a new structure, but we have the year 2000 problem looming, Y2K. All resources get channeled into replacing the hardware and buying software packages to match the existing system structure, so there won't be too much disruption. No new radical structures this time, please. All right, great. The new millennium arrives. The internet takes off. Business department managers take control of their own information system needs. They say, we got to put systems on the net. But I'm just using my budget for my systems, not other people's systems. Our customers see strange error messages like error code 404 and not on this server. Now you can replace this example with any old department boundary, noting that historical boundaries will perpetuate themselves, unless actively changed, and become what I call hysterical boundaries. So historically, the introduction of new computer technology helped, but in the wrong way. It produced faster, outdated, disjoint, industrial-age systems. We mustn't perpetuate this trap.
I hope you found the ideas in this overview presentation of our methodology informative. There's obviously more to the concepts than presented here. So if you want to learn more, we have a series of video tutorials which will give you the details on how to use event-driven concepts to analyze, model, and specify an organization. The resulting business models can be used to implement an efficient, cost-effective organization.